binaka kanto kayo yaw mga tangan coach ko musa coach ni Riven na basta kanto mo to. Hey. Coach. Zolovina, and a very good morning to you all. It is indeed a beautiful morning here in Nandronga. And it gives me immense pleasure to be invited as the chief guest to officiate at the commissioning of this new Bulu Bridge. This is a bridge that I visited a number of times. Looks like the Honors too in Nandronga like me this morning. I visited a number of times because there were some issues when it was being developed. So I'm very glad that I can be here at a time when it's finally at the stage that it can be commissioned, which shows that it is now complete. It is ready for action. It is ready to deliver the role for which it was designed and for which it was built. At the outset, as I said in our own language, the SIgatoka language, I want to thank the Vanua for the traditional welcome and the ceremony accorded to me and to the government team that is here today. On this day last week, after returning from Kandawu, we had spent a week for the Bosnia side of Kandawu and visiting major projects around Kandawu. We left Kandawu on Thursday night, arrived in Suva late in the night, and on this Friday last week, we also commissioned the Korovo Bridge in Tavua. This is the bridge that connects Rakiraki, Tavua to Rakiraki, in between them, just before the road that goes up Nandarivatu. Ladies and gentlemen, modern transportation infrastructure is critical to our economy. And anything that is critical to our economy will be critical to all of our lives. Na kaya bukeda ka nanondang bula bailavo and na tara nanondang bula kenda. Bula bailavo, so the economy allows government to build roads. It allows government to pay for civil servants, to pay for social welfare payments, to pay for the salaries of teachers, to pay for all the things that are important in our lives. So roads, transportation are critical for the economy. And we all know that our economy has gone through it's still going through one of the toughest times we've ever been. Toughest times we've ever been ever since COVID hit this country. And for 2 years, we've seen the dangers of COVID and how it has affected our economy. Not only COVID, but also the war in Ukraine. You can see the prices of everything is going up because most of the things we buy come from offshore. They are not made here. So when the prices go up there, they affect us all here. So the economy is critical because through the economy, government is able to provide the things that we need in this country. So modern transportation infrastructure, modern roads, is critical to our economy and to the social fabric of the country. A reliable transportation network links communities together. It helps people to get their goods and crops to market. It allows people to get to their workplaces and children to get to their schools. It is the backbone of the modern tourism industry. It ensures that help can arrive at a home or at a village at a time of emergency. It ensures that no one is isolated or left behind. And we have a special challenge in Fiji. Special challenge to link in a permanent and efficient way people living often in isolated areas with other people on their island. Not just the people in the towns, people up in the hills. At the moment we're also building a bridge right up in Matawali. I think it's is it a $10 million bridge? A $10 million bridge that we're building up in Matawali. And we also have with the importance of linking people in the interior, people in the small communities on this coast with the towns and cities to make sure that they can move people, move goods, move services. And all of this helps to stimulate our economy. Not also to link people within the islands, but also to link all the Fijian people living on our islands together. That's a very important role that government is undertaking. What it means, because this is important, transportation network, it's important that we repair these assets, these transportation assets, bridges, and roads very quickly when they become damaged or when they become worn out, because eventually they will become damaged and eventually they will become worn out. It means being constantly vigilant for roads that need to be upgraded as they become busier. And it means never being complacent. We aspire to build the best roading network possible, and we will accept nothing less. And that is what government has been trying to do over the past few years through the work of the Fiji Roads Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, if this massive infrastructure system is going to serve Fiji's future development needs, then two things have to be done. One is to improve the safety and reliability of the existing network, and also to expand the network to provide the capacity for sustained growth. Erwana kan bibi, and it's going to siya ni kana sangay nga metray na ngon sa labobo, may bakatetea na ngon sa la di tartar ng telepono mamada, mera marroy talaga, pero na ngon sa la pati kana wawe sa turaw. So na ngon sa do lebo na tatakaw na kaabo kan ngulya lava, na sobra ka na ilabo kina kasa turaw na baka binataki. That is why you would have seen in the immediate past, I think it would have been 1 or 2 years ago, people have been complaining a lot about potholes. Don't live in a talo, but na pothole. Rather than a program, FRA has then put together a program to try to eradicate the potholes and try to repair these roads so that they last longer. That program has been going over now for more than a year. More than 100 roads have been fixed up through the RIP and Remake program, and another 100 roads are targeted. That is one example of trying to preserve the assets that we have for our roading and for our bridges. With a set out vision of a sustainable, resilient and safe networks and roads, bridges and jetties, the Fiji Roads Authority is the organization responsible for planning, developing and maintaining Fiji's road infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, the two bridges, namely the Korobo, the 6.9 million bridge which I commissioned last week in Tabua, and the Bulu bridge that we're here today, $6.2 million bridge, are part of the 7 bridges under the FRA Bridge Replacement Program all around Vitilevu's main highway, around this island that we have here, Vitilevu. The other 5 bridges that are under construction include the Vuniasi Bridge in the Nandi Town area entrance, which will cost $13.7 million. The Tabua Level Bridge, right on the outskirts of Tabua Town, will cost $7 million. The Yangara Bridge in Ra, $9.7 million. The Waintalide Bridge in Tailevu, $16.1 million. And the Wainawi Bridge near Nosori Town, which will cost $7.2 million. Ladies and gentlemen, these 7 bridges, including the Bulu, represents a total investment of $66.8 million. $66.8 million only on the bridges. Along Vitilevu's main highway between the Kings and the Queens Highway. We have been very busy in Fiji rebuilding our infrastructure. We are rebuilding it to be stronger, to withstand the violent storms we have been experiencing and the raging waters they often bring. And here this bridge is right next to the ocean. And we know this ocean, Rakachin na kanandao, nandraki misaw taray kanachingo, na waituyingo ay natoso dakichina. And the very dakichina na waituy. So nabakla na nung dabi matasaw, nung dabi sawana, na bunuan do buno mamada tuili usa susu ni kuwa. Baleta ni sa lebo dakichina may nakatakata ni waituy, na natoso dakichina waituy. Kasabi na kasi talakin, may vakabuwi, nabi kawakaway suwa, chiko na muna sa lebo go, meranira waratakina na kana tos like may na waitui sa tos like may na waitui sa lebo na udar na kay sota pati kana walu ko la ko may sanong go pati kana tos like na waitui e david ka tika na wabong go mendei metundei tu ana mo draki na mo nam drende ni draki visa ko sa tui matan. This is what we are doing here. We are defending ourselves against a more threatening climate. We are also giving the Fijian people the kind of infrastructure that they deserve and they need. Yes, we are building better, as we like to say. We have had a bridge here for many years, but it has aged and it needed to be replaced. This new Bulu bridge is an investment of $6.2 million. The pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, added a year to the construction process due to supply shortages. Bulungos and Don Mendola and Don Ambexouts. Lang maybe can na COVID, rin na bito second ya na alam ni bro. So ni kana ba ko may na may wala gi may maybe ti to na mo niya sa baka batak. So ni container may lang maybe. Rin na bito second ya may to chiku na ngono. Kamay to sikina nang bala mo ni kana la ka chiku na kawa ta may maro chuni po. But we persevered. Today we have a bridge that is certainly worth the wait. This new 34-meter bridge is strong enough to support the weight of heavy trucks, and it is safe enough to serve as a reliable connection because it is built to a climate-resilient standard. Now, those that are traveling through the Cold Coast from Suva to the west or from west to Suva can now enjoy this new bridge. I know that you will enjoy the same, beginning from today when we'll go across the bridge later on this morning. On this note, it gives me great pleasure to officially open the new Bulu Bridge, and I know that it will provide better transportation, more safer transportation, hopefully not just for the immediate present that we have here today, but over many years and more decades to come. And thank you all, and may God bless us all, and may Fiji win this weekend.